we will tell you about Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat is a Jewish holiday. It is the new year of trees. Rosh Hashanah La'ilanot. Tu B'Shvat represents the move, the change from winter to spring. It is a holiday when the trees are starting to bud. See the little buds in the trees? They're starting to come out. This is the almond tree. In Hebrew, we call it Etz Shkedim. Almond tree, which is very popular in Israel, you would see it a lot. Tu B'Shvat is happening when the moon is full. Tu means 15. Tu B'Shvat means the 15th day of the Jewish month, which is known as Shvat, around January, February. In Hebrew, Tet has the numerical value of 9, and this is Vav in Hebrew. It has the numerical value, the number of 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. That's why we say Tu B'Shvat, the 15 of Shvat. But this is quite strange, because in Hebrew we have a letter. This little letter is Yud. Yud represents the number 10, and Hey represents the number 5. Yud and Hey, 10 plus 5, that's also 15. So why don't we say the Yud and Het of Shvat? Why do we say the Tet of Vav, 2? 9 plus 6. It's awkward. Why not 10 plus 5? Does anybody know? Why don't we say Yud and Hey of Shvat? It's because of the sacred name of God. So in Hebrew, we have a special name for God. It's the four-letter word. Four-letter word's name of God. We don't pronounce it. It's so sacred, you can think of it. You can read it. It's written in the Torah, in the Bible. But it's so sacred, we don't say it. We have other names that we say in Hebrew for God, like Elohim, Hashem, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Adonai, Shechina, what else? Itbarach Shmo. Many names of God we say in Hebrew, but we don't say the sacred name which has 4 letters. I'm not going to say it. And the first 2 letters of that name is Yud and Hey. And it just happened that Yud and Hey, 15, is like the first 2 letters of God. So we don't say it. So we use different letters, Tet and Vav, Tu B'Shvat, instead of Yud and Hey. So Hebrew letters have numerical value. Each letter has a number. So later on I'll give you this table, and you can find your name in Hebrew. You can find your name in Hebrew and the value, the number, and you can find the total number, which is the value of your name in Hebrew. We will look at it later on, okay? Now, Tu B'Shvat has 2 sides to it, 2 elements. One is practical, things we have to do in Tu B'Shvat, and the other part of Tu B'Shvat is magical, things that are happening to us and we don't always see it. From a practical perspective, practical things we have to do, Tu B'Shvat is the day when in Israel we used to count our crops. Everything we grew on the land, we used to count it on that day, and we used to give donation, ma'aser, donation, to the temple. This is our temple, Bet HaMikdash. Bet HaMikdash is the Jewish holy temple that stood in Jerusalem 2,500 years ago. It was destroyed. Today, if you go to Jerusalem, you only see this little wall. That's the only thing that is left today. You can visit it from the whole temple. 2,500 years ago, our temple, Bet HaMikdash, stood, and 2 families, Kohanim and Leviim, 2 Jewish families, were working in the temple. They were responsible for the temple. And all other Jewish people, the 10 tribes, out of 12 tribes, other people had land so they could grow food. So the Kohanim, Leviim, work in the temple. They could not grow food. They didn't have food. So on Tu B'Shvat, everyone else will count the fruit, how much food they grew, and they will give 10% donation to the Kohanim and Leviim who worked in Bet HaMikdash. So this is very practical, right? It's basically like your end of the business year. It's when you pay taxes, right? Today it's April. Back then it was Tu B'Shvat, end of business year. That's practical, but there's also something magical which is happening. It is cold outside, and the trees are shivering and they're small, and we don't see fruit and everything. So why do we talk about things growing and blossom? That's because something magical is happening. You can't see it. What happens is all the heavy rain in Israel stopped, completed at this time, and the land is saturated with water, and you don't see it, you don't see what happened inside the ground, you only see the outside when it's cold, but now the sap, the water is starting to go up and up and up into the plant and into the trees, and they're starting to grow. So you don't see it because it's cold and it's inside the ground, but magic is happening right now. The blossom is starting to happen. So later on I will give you magical stickers like this, like gem stickers, and some leaves, and you can decorate them. You can make magical leaves on this magical day. We will also have this activity. I will give you those frames. They're actually sticky at the back. So if you touch it, sticky. And I'll give you some kind of decoration, and you can create nature scene. Later on we'll do that. That is a good idea, isn't it? It's the magic of nature. Because nature is our heritage, children. And Tu B'Shvat is ecological holiday. Who knows what ecological means? Big word. Ecological means relating to nature. This is Choni HaMe'agel. He tells us all about this. Choni HaMe'agel, Choni, the circle drawer. You see, he actually drew a circle on the ground. He lived in Israel 2,000 years ago. And when there was no rain one day, he drew a circle, he stood inside the circle and he prayed to God until rain came. And rain did come and fell down. And after there was plenty of rain, Choni came out of the circle and he looked around and he saw a man planting carob tree. Carob tree. Etz charuv, like this. A young tree. And so Choni was asking them, Choni was telling how long it will take from this little plant to grow, to mature into a tree and give you fruit so you can enjoy the fruit. And the man said, actually it's going to take 70 years. 70 years before this plant will grow and become into a big tree that will give me fruit. I will not enjoy it. I will not see it, the man was telling him.
Okay.
The man was telling, I will not enjoy it. I will actually not going to live in 70 years' time. But my children will enjoy it and they will see the plant becoming a tree. So I will not enjoy it, but my children would. In the same way that I came to this world and there are trees already yielding fruit, which my fathers planted for me, in the same way I will plant trees, which I will not see the fruit, because it will take time, but my children will enjoy the fruit from the trees. And that is what Tu B'Shvat is about. Nature is our heritage. So you come to this world and your fathers and mother already planted trees for you, and you can enjoy the fruit. And so you have to plant a small tree that will grow and will be something you give to your children. Nature is our heritage. And Tu B'Shvat is about thinking what I do now so it stays longer for later on. People are tree in the field. Ki ha'adam etz hasadeh, we say in Hebrew. Because God created the Garden of Eden. He took Adam and Eve and he planted them, here's the quote, he planted them inside the Garden of Eden. And God said to Adam and Eve, Adam v'Chava, he told them, this is the earth for you to walk, to plow and to preserve. So we need to protect the earth, the land. So we will do this tree activity, pencil tree, later on. I will give you the material. If we have time, we're also going to write a poetry about nature, about tree. Here's an example. I wrote a few examples. A man came to the tree with a leaf in his heart. That's a poem. So you can tell Daddy and Mommy what you like about nature and they will turn it into a poem. Look at the leaf to see the whole tree. The fruits that we eat are the abundance, are the thing that Mother Earth is given to us. The food that we eat on Tu B'Shvat are from the abundance of Mother Nature. But they're also very important, the fruit. We eat specific fruits and also nuts that represent a few worlds that God created. The fruits that we eat represent 3 worlds. There are 4 worlds. The world of God, and then God created 3 other worlds. And each fruit represents one world. There is the world of creation. In Hebrew we say, Olam HaBri'ah. Can you say Bri'ah? Bri'ah, that's a good pronunciation. Bri'ah, Olam HaBri'ah. That's the first world that God created, and we eat fruits that are fully soft. We can eat the outside and the inside, like grapes. From this world, God created another world of formation, Olam HaYetzirah. Can you say Yetzirah? Yetzirah. This is the second world, and we eat fruits that are soft outside but has hard pit inside, which we don't eat, like cherry. And then there's another world of action, Olam HaAsiyah. Say Asiyah. Asiyah, world of action. And to represent this world, we eat fruits that are hard outside, they have hard shell, but they are soft inside, like coconut or mandarin. So this is what the Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, explain, tell us. And Kabbalah also have this diagram of 10 spheres about how the world was created. Sphere come from the Hebrew word of sapphire, special precious gemstone. Sphira, yeah. Sphira come from the word sapphire, precious stone. Some people think it's a sphere, a circle. This is what the Kabbalah is teaching us. And later on, for the benefit of the adults, if you're interested, I've summarized everything in this table if you're interested. Now, the last thing before we're going to do out, I want to tell you a bit about Moshe. This is Moshe Rabbeinu. Who knows Moshe Rabbeinu? Yes, you know. Who's Moshe Rabbeinu?
He's the one who got the writing from God.
He's got the 10 commandments from God. He also took us out of Egypt. Many years ago, we were slaves in Egypt, like 3,000 years ago. And Moshe Rabbeinu took us out of Egypt. But before we did that, before Moshe took us out of Egypt, he had a dream. And he saw the angels of Tu B'Shvat. And he wanted to come here and to tell you all about it. So we're going to listen to a very short story.
Moshe and the Angels of Tu B'Shvat, a children's story, by Natalie and Gil Deckel. In the days of our ancestors, Moshe was very busy. He worked as a shepherd looking after a flock of sheep, and he enjoyed the peace and silence around him. But as he walked around the fields, he wondered why some plants, food and veg looked so different from each other. One day, Moshe was climbing up a hill, chasing some of his lost sheep, when he saw a cloud surrounding the top of the hill. It was a beautiful cloud full of shimmering light. Oh, goosebumps burst across his skin, and he felt a need to bow and respect that light. Moshe could sense a special angelic presence, so he removed the shoes off his feet as a sign of respect, and he started to climb up slowly, walking towards the cloud to investigate. As he reached the top, he touched the cloud, caressing its essence, and touching it, he suddenly fell through into another dimension. He wasn't sure if it was a dream or reality, but it was a very special place. In that place, Moshe could see the whole world as it is being created. He could hear the angels singing the song that tells how life came to be. But it was all too fast and was too much information. It was beautiful and magical, but a bit hard to understand all at once. Moshe asked to simplify it and to clarify it so that he could grasp and understand it better. Right then, 3 angels took out fruits and laid them on a table in front of Moshe. The angel said, "Even before the creation of the world, there's an essence, a divine being that permits and illuminates everything. It is a godly essence that is everywhere and within everything. It is a light that fills up the whole world, and it is called by the Hebrew name of Atzilut. The word of Atzilut is the world of emanation. It emanates pure light, pure energy, because it is the King's presence. It is the king that makes the whole existence reverberate with light. Moshe saw that this world has magic sparkles, and the sparkles started to flow down. As they were flowing down, they started to solidify and become more physical. Showers of light falling and becoming heavier and heavier. And the sparkles started to merge one into the other, creating a new world. The name of that world in Hebrew is Bria. Bria, the world of creation. In this world, the big ideas live and thoughts exist. It is where thinking takes place. The being of God is creating ideas into this world to make sure that they are manifested, becoming more accessible to you, more solidified, so that you can reach them, grasp them, use and enjoy them. Right then, the spiritual angel, Seraphim, picked up those foods that are fully soft and that do not have hard shell or hard core. He picked grapes, figs, pears, and strawberries and said, "These are foods that are fully soft." And this softness in the food is the joy. But this world was at first still too soft to hold and to appreciate. It was not yet hardened enough by lower frequencies. It was like pure spirit manifested into something which is gentle and kind, but hard to hold. So the sparkles of softness started to flow and gradate down even more. They continued to spread across the universe and to manifest into a slower energy, becoming more physical. Moshe could see the whole process of creation moving from pure light into more rainbow colors, and then down into more physical colors that are slightly darker and more dense. And so the rainbow light was continuing to flow down, becoming more solidified and more materialized. The light was manifesting another new world. This new world is called in Hebrew Yetzirah. Yetzirah, the world of formation, the world of speech, of words. The being of heavenly light, Hayut HaKodesh, said, "This world has seed in its core. The seed brings the light. It draws out the light from the core and into the world. It draws the light and passes it on. That is why we have foods that are soft outside and that have a core with a pit or a seed inside. So when we plant them, a new being comes out from the seed, a new plant or tree. The being took out fruits that have a stone, a pit inside, but are soft outside, such as dates, cherry, plums, and apricots. These foods are soft, but have a seed that delivers the message. The foods deliver the message while you can still enjoy the softness around it. And Moshe saw that the energy, the light, continued to flow down, to cascade down and create the next world. This world is called in Hebrew Asiyah, the world of actions, deeds, of doing. This is your world, children, the physical world in which you live. The physical world is not as sparkly and not as light as the other worlds. It is more solid, more dense, and therefore darker than the higher lights. It needs some kind of protection to survive the harsh reality. And so, special foods were created. These are the foods that have hard outer shell, which protects the soft fruit and seed inside. The angel of Anim presented Moshe with lychee, passion fruit, pineapple, coconut, and mandarin. The angel said, "The outer shell can be hard and sometimes even spiky, but it nourishes and protects the soft inside. It protects the spark of divinity that is emanating from inside out into the world." Now Moshe understood. Now he understood why there are so many variations of different plants and so many gradations of how the divine light comes to be. So you see, if you only had pure divine light, you wouldn't be able to enjoy it. The divine light is about the ideas, while human beings are about actions, doing things. You are living inside the creation of doing. For actions to take place, you need to protect them. You need to protect them from harsh environment or from negative thinking. That is why these foods and plants have hard shell to protect them and help them survive. They need to protect their beautiful spark. Moshe woke up from this beautiful vision and he wanted to share it with you. So he walked down the hill and the sheep followed him. And he came over here to tell you this story so that you can understand and see the divine light even in the hardest shell. If something sad or harsh is happening around you, remember to look at the sparks of light, just as Moshe saw in his vision. A story by Natalie and Gil Deckel, poeticmind.co.uk.